We've talked about how seed retention is the holy grail of the modern man, and how this discipline is the foundation of your achievements in life. But I believe there's a piece of the picture that modern men are missing, and that is the ability to see from a woman's perspective why men retaining their seed are irresistibly attractive. The benefits of retention and nofap stretch far beyond your physical and mental being, and instead spill out into wider spheres of your life and propel you into a higher realm as a man. In this video, you'll learn 5 important but subtle things that happen when you retain your seed that women can't help but feel drawn to. So listen on and understand the social and sexual dynamics that play out in your favor in a way you may not have even noticed. Number 1. You become effortlessly sociable and likable. Have you ever had the feeling where you were involved in an awkward social exchange or embarrassing moment in front of others? I know I have, and afterwards I was forced to reevaluate my social skills and work to develop them. But in all the haze and confusion, I missed what truly was the problem causing the awkwardness and uneasiness I felt inside my own skin. It was my habit of seed depletion. I remember vividly how I tried hard to build a strong masculine presence on top of this self-destructive habit, but I realized I was just building a castle on sand. Letting go of this habit and adopting the discipline of seed retention was the paradigm shift I needed. It gave me a solid foundation and inner security in my being that translated into me being a lot more outwardly social and confident around other people, especially women. I no longer had to try hard to be something I was not. I was no longer replicating confidence because I had acquired true confidence from the inside. And when that happens, people notice, and women especially feel the energy you exude and find themselves naturally attracted to it. Number 2. You master greater control over your emotions. Masculinity is about foregoing fleeting emotional states and doing the needful regardless. What happens on your retention journey is that this process becomes a lot harder. Think about it, and it makes perfect sense. A man that can take control of his sexuality, which is his strongest biological urge, is also capable of grappling with other emotions like sadness, excitement, anger, or greed. And when that happens, your mind is less bogged down by emotions, and rationality is finally allowed to flourish. This leads you to make smart decisions not just in your life, but also with women. You discount changing emotional states and work to better yourself as a man. Women notice this and understand that you are a man on his purpose who isn't so easily trapped in a web of emotions. You appear as a solid rock that she can lean on, a force of masculinity that she can find security in. This inevitably leads to her developing respect, attraction, love, and then lust for you in that order. Number 3. The abundance mindset destroys your fear of rejection. Most men in the world approach dating from a mindset of scarcity. They fall in love immediately and develop what's called one-itis. They think the girl they like, or perhaps have a chance with, is the last girl they'll ever have, or is some special unicorn they'll never find again in their lives. All of this behavior stems from inner emptiness and insecurity in your masculine self. The root of this is your habit of wasting away your seed and making yourself a hollow shell of a man. When on this discipline or retention, you realize there's nothing more special about a girl that left you that you can't find somewhere else. You also become content with your masculinity because you've actually put in the work to improve yourself. You realize that the real catch is you, and there are a lot more girls in the world who would love, respect, and get in a relationship with a high-value man like you. This is called the abundance mindset, and it completely demolishes your fear of rejection or breakups. It gives you an edge over all other men still afraid to approach, while you can chat up any woman you like and increase your chances of finding the right girl for you. Number 4. You develop a secure silence that makes you mysterious. Do you know what makes women see right through a man that tries to act like he's high value? He talks too much and tried too hard to be something he's not. Women have an instinct honed in by millions of years of evolution that helps them pick up on any man that is faking it and not being his authentic self. But a man on retention is different. He calms down in life and does not fake anything himself because he doesn't need to. In a social setting, he isn't the loudest mouth in the room and doesn't speak more than he needs to. This helps him develop an air of mystery around him that is irresistible to women. Humans are wired to be curious creatures inquiring about everything around them. You can leverage this in your life by speaking less and working on yourself more. But for that to happen, there needs to be an inner fullness you feel inside that does away with any need to fake yourself or try to be something you're not. That fullness comes from retaining your seed and keeping your vital life force reverberating inside you like masculine energy that others around you can sense. Number 5. Commanding attention without trying too hard. It is said that if you're chasing something, it's because that thing is running away from you. The same applies to women. The real alpha and sigma males of the world are men that don't chase, but attract, and they do this by being the most competent and positively masculine versions of themselves. When you're on a P&O cycle and wasting away your seed on a daily basis, you feel an incessant need to find a sexual release, making you chase women without offering anything of substance in yourself as a man. This is a predicament that inflicts modern men who don't realize that they first need to build themselves into men worthy of a woman's attention before chasing her. In retention discipline, this dynamic is reversed. You no longer feed off of the attention that other people give you, and no longer feel the need to seek validation from the external world. It helps you find a secure masculine inner self that commands attention from other people without trying too hard for it. Women gravitate toward the charisma you exude without you having to go after multiple girls and getting shot down. Attention is a social currency, and you must understand that it cannot be freely doled out, not by you, and for you. You need to first become a man worth paying attention to by society before you can go out and approach the women you like. That is the closest thing to a guarantee you can get, because self-improvement is the only game in town for you as a man. Once these ideas are parsed out and made visible, you can finally connect the dots and understand how a modern dating dynamic works. You no longer have an excuse to not level up in life or continue on that self-destructive path. You need someone to dissect these dynamics and lay out deeply hidden truths about the masculine existence in order to put any advice into practice, and that is why this channel exists. It will be your guiding hand, leading you to a happier and more fulfilled existence as a man. If that sounds interesting, like the video and hit the subscribe button for more updates. There's a lot more content in the pipeline that you can't afford to miss. See you in the next one.